Well, good morning from A Faith That Does Justice. I'm Peter Jives again, founder and director of A Faith That Does Justice. We're glad you're with us this morning. And again, we continue in these difficult times of the coronavirus pandemic. And I think many people are looking for hope. We hope somehow, some way this will end soon. And on the other hand, I think the tension we're up against is really to be reasonable about coming out too soon. I know Dr. Anthony Fauci has really just said recently that some of the smaller towns can open up early, but on the other hand, too, if we open up too early, we could wind up back where we were 6 weeks ago. So I'd like to just talk for a minute about hope from a faith perspective. Hope in many respects is really the desire for something we don't have. And at this moment, I think what we're desiring is that the stay at home, the stay in place, the social distancing can end soon. And on the other hand, there is the expectation that it will happen. And for many people, it can't come too soon. So when we talk about hope from a faith perspective, I think we're ultimately talking about trust. Trusting in God's presence, that God is in what is happening. God is active in history, walking with us in these difficult times. And I think from trust, in order to really live trust, to have authentic trust that despite what is happening, despite the difficulties, I think really what we have to be conscious of is really developing a sense of inner freedom. The freedom to be able to put aside self-interest. Everyone wants this to end yesterday. My interest is I'm tired of this. I want it to end. We have to be able to put that aside to really look more at the common good of people. And on the other hand, the other big thing that we have to put aside is fear. The what if? What if this goes too long? What about my work? Will it be there when I come back? What about school for children? These are tremendous fears that people are up against right now. But when we do that, when we can put aside self-interest, when we can put aside the fears that will hold us back from trusting in God, we can begin to really live authentic hope, the hope of living with the expectation that God is in this and God will be with us instead of resignation. And I think when we can get to that point, we come up against the idea of really living with a sense of serenity. The serenity that, yes, things are difficult right now, and yes, we want them to end. But I can live trusting from a faith perspective that God is walking with us in this. And what God is asking of us is to be reasonable, to do our part. The scientific community is really asking us to be patient, to continue with the stay-at-home measures, stay in place, social distancing, hoping that we can soon get the leveling of the curves they talk about and begin to open up this country and this world to a life of more normalcy. So I think we live with hope against resignation. We live with trust that comes from an inner freedom that will keep us away from self-interest and fear to be able to authentically trust in God's presence to us. And we live with a sense of serenity, a sense of joy that God is with us, perhaps not miraculously changing our fate at the moment, but really with the confidence that God will bring us through this and that we will be able to see better days in the near future. So with that, I'm going to end. I really wanted to just offer a brief message today and really ask that people continue to hope, continue to be in touch, and know that A Faith That Does Justice is walking with you in this. You're in our thoughts and prayers, and we continue to ask you to keep us in yours. I'm just looking here. We see a note that has come in and just thanking us for being here. We'd like to continue this with you, and we would be willing. Please feel free to be in touch if we can address any issues that may be concerning you at times during these difficult times. So until we see you again, be assured of our thoughts and prayers, and we will be in touch. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, everyone.